Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get one in here, y'all. Get one in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Den. And we are now talking about reasonable doubt. Oh, God, y'all. Ozzy. Come back, Ozzy. Come back. Like, no, y'all didn't. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Ozzy family was raggedy, okay? Trash upon trash upon trash, throw the whole damn family away, okay? Christian, you wasn't about shit. You over here trying to take out the damn dog and cover up stuff and get on the damn stand and boo hoo hoo, cry your crocodile damn tears, okay? Daddy, from the first time you blinked your freaking eyes, you ain't even get to open your mouth. I knew you wasn't about ish. And mama, you are the raggediest of the raggedy. Your ass should have been in handcuffs too. They should have been taking you up out of here just off a damn GP of the fact that you ain't with Monica ass because you still had her up and down roaming the damn streets, okay, looking from across the street at the damn funeral. And I know one damn thing, she better not have popped jacks. Listen, Louis, step to the damn front, bitch. It better have been you that stepped in front of damn jacks, okay, and came through and protected your damn boo because you was taking L's left and right through the whole damn season. So this is what we need you to do in order for you to win, okay? Because I've been rooting for you. We was all rooting for you. It better not have been Jacks that got pop, 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 okay? Lord of mercy, let's go ahead, get into this, child. Break it on down, take it from the top. You know how you do, because they have me stressed out. Okay, reasonable doubt. Y'all did the damn thing, baby. And shout out to y'all for getting in season 4. I can't wait. Y'all better get to recording. Okay. Listen. I love Reasonable Doubt. This is one of the best shows to me. Okay. When I first was starting YouTube, I believe, or maybe a little after, I know that I did like an overall review of the first season. I've been rocking with it from the beginning. Then the second season, I did my own recaps and I joined, I believe it was EJ, Moochie, and Inga, and we all did our live discussions for season 2 together. And now season 3, we was doing live discussions. The only one that was missing was Inga. Okay, she was out here and celebrating in these streets, right? But for her birthday, and so she did her own recap. Shout out to her. Make sure y'all check those out. However, okay, even though I did the live discussions with the ladies, I did want to do a quick overall and just give some of my thoughts and just um as I felt like, why not, right? Might as well finish it out like that. I really, really, really rocks with Reasonable Doubt, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with season 4. So, of course, with this season, we know like we had to close out the Tony thing. That was the big cliffhanger from last season, and Tony was over here still trying to sue them. I'm glad we didn't stay with that too long. You had Jax kind of feeling restless and undervalued, her wanting to get back into something, feeling like all these cases, everybody want to make deals and ain't really nothing happening. And she gets introduced into, this ex-child star and his family, right? Where they wanted to draw up this paperwork for his girlfriend, right? Who was actually played by Demi and Bruce Willis' daughter Ruma, right? And she was playing oh gosh, how can I forget her name, y'all? It's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to me, but y'all know who I'm talking about, right? So she was his girlfriend. And we're going back and forth. Jax had me cracking up because she didn't want to be the lawyer for Lewis and Tony case. But then every lawyer that they would get was basically quitting or she was firing them, and she just didn't want to give up this money. Tony kept trying to go up with it. Of course, at one point she wants Lewis to come over and meet her demands of staying there and helping her take everything down in the baby's room. And then she thought they was gonna do the whoopty whoopty woo, and Lewis was like, hell to the no. Okay, I didn't come over here for all of that. But they were able to come to agreement, and genuinely Lewis did start to kind of like feel and have an impact of them losing this baby or whatever, even though it wasn't a planned baby and it wasn't, like they was in a relationship or anything like that. And he asked if he could take one of the little um boobies home that was for the baby or whatever. And this whole time I'm saying, so the kids don't know. So we just ain't tell the kids. We thinking, oh, since the baby died, we don't have to tell them. And I'm already saying that's a bad idea. That's not gonna work out. Like obviously their daughter, Naima, is friends with her daughter. Like this is gonna end up coming up, right? And we're still kind of seeing Naima acting out, you know, um, their son is away at school and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so as far as Ozzy goes, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, first of all, we gonna go ahead and get the things that I didn't give a damn about, because y'all know if it's one thing that I'm gonna tell you is I don't give a damn, right? So the things that I absolutely did not get a damn about from the beginning, of course, number one is Tony. Then comes Chanel and oh gosh, what is her damn name? I'm so mad that my freaking mind is going blank right now, right? It'll come back to me, y'all. I'm gonna keep it moving. Chanel and her raggedy ass cousin. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? I didn't give a damn about them. Basically, Chris' wife, the one that we are, separated, but we're still sleeping together and all of that, right? Because of what she did with the house and when Chanel was on trial and all of that, right? I don't give a damn about none of them. Okay. And Chanel, it was the audacity for me that you thought you was gonna come over here and approach him and threaten him. You need to do this and that with my cousin. I don't know why Chris didn't file for a divorce. I didn't understand that from the beginning. So of course we have this situation where she actually gets in her feelings and she says to Jax, like, oh well, you must be, jealous. And Jax is telling her she a hoe, and she telling Jax, you raggedy, you ain't about shit, you ain't never gonna be about shit. They ain't say all of that. I'm adding in my own little thing, but y'all get the point, right? Basically because Jax was telling her, and I mean, at the end of the day, she's speaking from experience. Like, either y'all gonna be in this thing or y'all not, right? It doesn't make no sense to just still keep on sleeping with him. But she took it as if, Jax was being judgmental towards her and trying to be against her or whatever. But however, karma, that ends up being in the back of her head, because she does go and ask her husband, like, are you gonna be with me? Are you not gonna be with me? And he was talking about wanting them to come to the Thanksgiving dinner, and she's like, well, why? And he essentially tells her, because I want to still have the kids with some type of normalcy and them being able to be there with Big Mama and so on and so forth. And she wasn't feeling that. She basically pulled out the divorce papers, had the divorce papers ready, and he was like, what, divorce? Acting like he's shocked. But again, I feel like that should have been something that he should have already been doing, because you was the one talking about that you wanted to uncouple with her in the first place. Now we get introduced to Bill, right? And I just was expecting more from Bill's storyline, and I feel like I didn't get it. I was expecting more pertaining to him and his wife. At first, we seeing him in the cut, we seeing him looking like he following her. Then we come to find out they have a marital problem. She kind of feels like he's always put, the job before her. He's saying how he's probably going to get this promotion, and she's like, oh well, I'm so happy for you, that's good if you get it, but I just need you to do what you're supposed to do with these kids, pick them up when you're supposed to, and all of that. I'm not thinking about no relationship with me and you, right? And then when it comes to Jax, it's pretty much like, is he friend or foe, right? Every time we turn around, these raggedy ass damn um partners, keep coming at her neck. They keep basically trying to threaten her job. We've seen her do it with Corey Cass, so I kind of felt like it was a rinse and repeat. And I never understood why they wanted her out so bad. Like, this is one of your top lawyers. She's bringing in the earnings. She's bringing in the biggest clients. So why would you be against her? Why would you want to, backstab her and get her out of here? It just never made sense to me. And I always felt like Jax could do better, and was always hoping for her to just decide to leave and get her own firm, because I was like, bitch, ain't nobody got time for this, right? And so when it was all said and done, she's dealing with that and everything like that. And she gets a follow up call from Ozzy where he is now, the girlfriend is missing. So at first I'm like, well, are we going to be dealing with a gone girl situation? Is she really taken out? We really didn't know in the beginning. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I didn't really give that much of a damn about Ozzy in the beginning because it just came off like he was another little, spoiled, um, kind of feeling like he was entitled and all of that kind of stuff. But the more deeper that we dug into Ozzy's story, it starts to open up where it's something that we have seen unfortunately happen in real life in terms of child stars and the traumas and the things that they go through in this industry, and realizing that his family really set him up for failure. Like, he never stood a chance. They set him up as long as they was getting the money off of him. They didn't care about all the other things that was happening. We found out that he's addicted to drugs. He's, drinking alcohol. He's been abused in the industry and all this different type of stuff that's happened to him. And so then I started kind of feeling a little bad for him and saying, damn, you getting freaking pills and all different kind of stuff from when you're a child. Jax actually brings in her friend that's also a therapist for her to evaluate him. And one of the first things she tells Jax is like, damn, everybody felt him. Nobody's been here for him. And the only person that he really trusts is you. And when that's no longer the case, then that's when it's going to be a problem. And of course, we have to hold into that, stick a pin in that, and for what happens later down the line. Now, one of the biggest questions of the season was like, who is going to be this person that Jackson's going to be screaming about? I'm not going to lie to y'all. Originally, I thought it was going to be her mama, but then once we find out about her mom having cancer and her seeing her going through that, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, no, so mama's off the list, because if we was gonna take her out, we would have already did that. We're not gonna have her come through the cancer situation to then turn around and take her out, right? And then I even thought Naima, since she was having struggles, she had been struggling since last season. I kind of said that when we was doing the trailer breakdown, because we see that it's happening in Spencer's bedroom. So of course that was like the other big thing besides the whole case of who was going to be this person in the room. And as Jax takes this case, like I said, we're trying to do the jury selections. She gets told about them possibly wanting to bring Bill in, and she's kind of against it as far as him being a partner. She's saying it's too soon. She had to work harder and longer, but she does let him assist her and kind of become a co-chair and say, you can learn things from me. And he seems like he's excited and all in for that. But then he keeps playing both sides. One minute you got the partners coming telling him, yeah, you could be our eyes and ears. You could come back and let us know what's going down. Whoopty whoopty woo. And the next minute he's telling Jax he's all in for her. And I really just wanted him to stand up. Like, I wanted him to speak up and stand up, and he was never doing it. He would be, one way with Jax and another way with them. And that was weird to me. And I just felt like, if you see them playing in Jack's face and you see how long she's been working with the company and they was willing to do this to her, what would make you any different? Why wouldn't you think they would do this to you? And I thought that was going to kind of be his initiative for him to step up, right? Because we see him kind of be there for her in other ways. And it was like, okay, cool. Then even when it came to his wife, he's saying all the right things, and he made sure he took the kids and he had them do the homework, and he comes with the flowers and the wines and the this and the that for them to go on this date. But then when they get back from the date and he thought he was going to get to go in that damn house, she was like, it's a no for me, dog. So now he pretty much sees that his relationship is ending, right? Which then brings in Sally. That's her damn name. I knew it would come back to me sooner or later, right? And Sally gets all thirsty. Sally from the damn valley. She get all damn thirsty when she sees him out one night, and Jax clearly says like, nah. First of all, that's not something you should even be thinking about right now. Focus on what you got to do for you. And she's like, that's my co-worker, and so all bets is off. Sally then goes through her damn phone, which I never agreed with. That shit always pissed me the hell off, after he sat there having drinks with them and he's leaving, because to Jax, he's also supposed to be a happily married man, but apparently that meant absolutely nothing to Sally, even though we know that they're pretty much in the same situations. He's separated from his wife too, and Jax doesn't know about that part. So she proceeds to go ahead and send him a text, and they like sneaking around behind Jack's back, getting it all in 2.5 seconds later. And I'm like, how, Sway? Okay. But over, dealing with Ozzy, we see him make a lot of mistakes, right? First, he goes into the cops and he talks to them without any lawyer or anybody around, and he's saying, this is normal. This is something his girlfriend does all the time. So he really don't think that, Wendy, he don't think anything happened to her. He think that they argued, she left, she went about her business. But then we're seeing scratches on him. We're seeing him going in the bathroom, making all these crazy faces in the damn mirror. And I believe his name is Kyle. He acted this damn role down, baby. Give him all the awards, all of the things, and I hope we see him in a lot more projects because he definitely had me believing he was cuckoo for damn Cocoa Puffs. Okay, so we seeing him doing like all this stuff in the mirror, like basically acting out what he gonna say to the police and different things of that nature. And later they get a warrant, they come in, of course, when these bodies eventually found. So now it has went from her just being possibly a representative of his to get Wendy to sign these papers, to now her saying, okay, I'm going to be your lawyer and represent you in this case, and we're gonna try to get you off. And we don't know whether he's innocent or not. We don't know if it's him. We don't know if it's one of his family members. We don't know if it's a stranger. We don't know. Okay. But it's really looking like he's guilty as by his behavior initially. And so of course, as time keeps going, we have, Alex pop up and he's over here trying to blackmail them for money. He's saying that he actually goes into the prosecutor and says that he was with him, that he has proof and he has knowledge of the things that he did. But that was bull crap. Okay. They obliterate him on the damn stand and they showed that it really was all about money for him and he really didn't know everything. And on top of that, we still see him with like some kind of device, this little drive, and baby, they go and beat damn Alex to death. Okay, he start coding in the freaking hospital. Meanwhile, I was scared for Daniel the whole damn time because Christian, it was just always something funny about her. I just kept saying, please don't drink nothing, don't leave your cup there, don't eat no food. Like they probably would spike your shit, Daniel. Okay, I just did not trust it. And Daniel was seeming like he was doing a whole lot. He was being extra, like he wanted to be able to enjoy having this time with her when it could literally mess up the case. Okay, and also work the case at the same time. And it got to a point where, we over here, I love you, you love me, we a happy family. Like we acting like we all involved in this, but we're not telling Jax anything about it. And of course, his spot gets blown because he gets caught at the courthouse and is like, yo, you better go ahead and tell Jax what's going on. But I never really fully trusted her either. It was just like a funny vibe with her. Then we go from, Mama acting like she's all in and on Ozzy's side, and her saying that there's a tape and that the father had been out here in these streets, and Ozzy didn't want to look at the tape and he didn't want to acknowledge the tape, and so we trying to figure out who exactly this was on the tape, and they are saying that it's Wendy. So they're basically saying that it definitely could have been a possibility that Daddy could have took out, Wendy, and you got a back and forth between Mama and Daddy where he like, bitch, you just throwing me under the bus, and she like, yeah, you been raggedy, and of course, Ozzy is going through it again where he's like, are y'all freaking kidding me? So y'all all knew this and y'all was hiding this from me and you didn't tell me nothing, and this was the woman that I loved and I wanted to marry and all of that. And you know, the fact that Christian was even still lying to Ozzy, they was both lying to each other. She looking through his book, he looking through her phone. I'm like, what the hell are you taking the page for? What the hell is that supposed to do? When they bump into each other at the hospital, she talking about she there for a friend and the friend is okay, when really is damn Alex and you on the phone saying he's taken care of. And then the next thing you know, we see that Mama done paid off somebody to go beat him up. So it wouldn't be too crazy to think that y'all would have paid off somebody to do, Wendy too. And you have Jax give this breakdown where she's like, our job is not to find who did it, right? That's the police job. Our only job is to give reasonable doubt and make it seem as if somebody else could have possibly did it and it wouldn't be, Ozzy, so that he could get off and we could get this not guilty. But there's times where we're kind of second guessing it and looking like, could he possibly have did this? And he's even second guessing it himself because he keeps getting these flashes, right? Where it seems as if he was there, even if he didn't do it, because he sees Wendy tied to this chair, right? So In between this, you have Lewis because Jack's daddy comes back around, and we all giving daddy the side eye. None of us trusted him. We on Lewis' side as far as that concerned. However, comma Lewis goes about this the completely wrong way. All of a sudden, he want to become inspector damn gadget. He putting shit underneath the car. He trying to monitor stuff. He's bringing in Daniel to help him, to look into things or whatever the case may be, because he felt like a jackass because he called himself approaching Eddie. And the way Eddie read him damn down, I said, now we know where damn Jax get her reads from. I said, Lewis, you should be freaking embarrassed. Like, if you gonna go and approach somebody, you gotta know that you can handle it and do what you gotta do. Like, let alone if they would have got into a physical fight, because he whipped your ass with words. Okay, you let a whole crackhead tear you the hell down, boy. Ooh, that was a read, right? And then Mama Lou pissed me off as usual. She always pisses us off because every time it came to something with Eddie, it's always his place to tell you, right? I didn't. It wasn't my place to tell you, but she don't mind telling Jack's business. You don't sat here and priddle talked and told all Jack's business pertaining to her, her kids, and her husband with him, right? And then the kids come and they talk to him 2.5 seconds just because he offered them $20, and because Jax is so worried about the fact that, because of course Naima eventually finds out about the baby and they upset about that, because even with that, Lewis had an opportunity to be honest with Naima, and she comes and says that her and her friend are not talking like that no more. And she's like, yeah, because she said you and her mother had a baby together. And I'm like, why would you tell a lie like that? Lewis sitting there with his mouth open looking damn stupid, okay? And don't say nothing about it. I guess he called himself like he gonna wait for Jax for them to have the conversation with her together, but it was too little too damn late. She already found out. So because the kids was kind of in their feelings about that, and now it seems like daddy coming around made them calm down and put them in somewhat of a good place. Jax pretty much piggybacks off of that, and now she opens up to Eddie and lets him come around based off of that. And I felt like, no, Jax, if y'all had an agreement and y'all said that it was gonna be whatever way with Eddie, and you were saying all this time you was gonna go slow, not just because he came around the kids smiling in their damn face for a minute, don't mean we just, go ahead and welcome him in. But that's what she was doing. And Lewis was really scared of her being hurt. And I get that part, but you still going about it wrong. Meanwhile, eventually, even though Lewis said leave it alone, Daniel ends up giving him this info, and he's like, either you tell Jax or I do. And Eddie flips it and reverses it again, and was pretty much like, well, Mama Lou got cancer, and I thought, she was gonna be the one to tell. And this throws everything off. Like, Lewis is shocked to hear this, and of course, when Jax come home, she finds out about it too. So the first thing she want to do is run to be with her mother and try to assist her as much as she can. She trying to tell her, no, we gonna get a second, third, and fourth opinion. I know the best doctors that money could afford, but Mama Lou pretty much had her mind made up. So once we get through that whole thing, now mind you, we get like a backstory of Jackson. Daddy was doing drugs all in front of her. She don't went to damn the playground and literally repeating play acting what the hell she seen him do. And we find out how, Mama Lou finally ended up getting rid of him because he done damn OD'd in they damn kitchen, so they go ahead to move away and all of that, right? So she did protect her somewhat then, but it's all these other times that you didn't protect her. And when Jackson's saying, like, did you tell him about that? It's like, oh no, I didn't mention that. That didn't come up. But yeah, you might want to speak to your husband because he ain't put nobody in their place and it didn't go down like that. And now you're literally making him your proxy and putting him in charge of all of your stuff. And Jackson's like, what? And he's like, yeah, because she feels like I would be able to handle it and do the things that she's asking to be done or whatever, right? That you would just go with your emotions as her daughter. And it's like, really, Mama Lou? Like, on one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, I don't, because how do you trust this man? I just felt like he would sell your damn house and everything from right up underneath you. And on top of that, this is when we get introduced to her sister, and we're finding out they scheming and scamming together, and that they over here getting workers' comp benefits or disability benefits for his back that he don't even have a damn issue with. And she's pressing the fact that she don't want to wait for him to tell Jax the truth no more. And he's telling her, like, well, stay around, away from Jax, don't say nothing. And of course that eventually comes out. And the way that Eddie threw damn Lewis under the bus, like Eddie, I mean, Lewis was taking so many damn L's, and Lewis said, "You crackhead MF," like he just blows it up in front of Jax. Like, yeah, we was waiting for the right time, and because of what happened with Mama Lou, we thought we would wait. So again, she's feeling like everybody knows about this but her, and she asked Mama Lou, like, "So you knew about this too?" And Mama Lou over here talking about some, "Oh well, girl, it wasn't my place." She quick to keep saying that shit now. All of a sudden, every time it comes to Eddie, and so more secrets, of course, came to light by Ozzy mom and her shenanigans and releasing the tape and all of that, right? And this makes him just bug out and yelling this damn carrying on or whatever, right? And also Jax is mixing this up with her feelings as far as the situation that her and Eddie is going through, right? One of the ways that she even first had a real dialogue with Eddie was because she was going to ask his opinion and ask, what he went through as an addict and how he got to the place that he got to, for her to have a little bit more insight on, Ozzy and what he was dealing with. And the other thing about it too was that she actually went to one of his meetings where he's celebrating, his sobriety and all of that. And we even hear a guy there, which is the same guy that she's thinking is his sponsor, but Lewis has pictures of, saying, "When are you going to tell her the truth?" And he's like, "I don't want to break her heart," but he's saying, like, the longer you wait, the more heartbroken it's going to be. And so once Mama Lou kind of came through the cancer thing, like I said, and we see that she's coming near to Jack's house, Jax was like, "Okay, you did all this stuff, but when it comes to this, you better come here and you better let me take care of you." I was like, so it's not going to be Mama Lou. We wouldn't have her come through that to then take her out, right? And Ozzy even comes over and has dinner with them. We having a funky good time, great conversations, and all of that, and he's ready to spill some of Mama Lou pills, but then all of a sudden he just gives them back to Jackson, apologizes, right? Because they had those out in the damn room. So I felt like that was foreshadowing as far as that part went. And then, Lewis also pretty much is going through it at work. Like he hires this guy that clearly lied on his damn resume. And it's probably like three different times that he's trying to fire the guy, but he's able to flip it and reverse it on him. He's always able to guilt trip, Lewis. "Oh, because we're black and we're brothers, and we gotta stick together, and I didn't know, and I'm trying my best, and I had this issue and I had this issue." And then one of the times he was like pretty much throwing Lewis under the bus, making it seem like it's his fault. So I'm like, "Lewis, when are you gonna stand up? Seriously, dude. When are you gonna stand up? When are you gonna speak for yourself? When are you gonna get rid of this dude? Like, this dude ain't about shit. Obviously, he don't know how to do the job. He making your job harder where you gotta do your job and his job. Like, get rid of this dude already." And one of the last times that he was gonna fire him, he lets him get past again because he over here talking about he had a newborn baby. We don't give a damn if you had three damn babies. Like, get this dude out of here. That shit was ticking me the hell off, right? And at the same time, you still got the back and forth in and out all around with Bill, where he don't know whether he want to be on Jack's side, the partner side, and they threatening him like, "Oh well, if Jax did everything, then what do we really need you for?" And it was annoying the hell out of me. Then he want to cry so damn hard when he found out that he getting these divorce papers, which at this point you shouldn't be shocked at all about it. You knew it was coming, right? And at the same time, he's also letting Sally know that her husband wants a divorce and he wants, custody of the kids. So mind you, he has sent her flowers. So when Chris show up, she breaking on him like, "Oh, you ain't getting my damn kids. I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna make you pay whoopty whoopty woo." And I'm like, "Chris, at this point, you deserve it because, like I said, you should have been the one to file the divorce. You shouldn't have still been playing in her damn face. You played yourself when you did that. But when it's all said and done, I don't like the fact that Bill and Sally was behind Jack's back. I don't like how she went about it. I don't like how she went through his phone. I don't like that she was sitting here having him look at her divorce stuff and at the same time being like, "Yeah, because this is going to be our rules for us to be together and all of this stuff." Like, I didn't need that at all. Okay. And so finally, when we having the baby shower, because even after her dealing with finding out that Mama Lou have cancer, we know how Jax is. She wants to take care of everybody and do everything and act like she this damn superwoman. We do have this moment where she break down and Chanel was able to come in and talk to her and lift her up. Nobody else knew what was going on. Sally wasn't supposed to know, but Bill had already done told her. That's another thing. Bill kept running his damn mouth telling people about Mama Lou being damn sick, and she blew it up, which then she had to be honest and let Jax know that she had found out from him, because she was about to throw Lewis under. But when I tell ya, everybody was throwing Lewis under the bus, bitch, he should have been flat as a damn pancake, as much as they was running Lewis up and over and down these damn streets. Okay, so we finally get to a place where Mama Lou's doing better. We seem like we getting along with the kids. We seem like we okay in the house, even though we kind of feel like Lewis, you've been playing yourself, you've been keeping stuff from me, and he keeps telling Jax he just wants the best for her, and she's also stressed and worried about, Ozzy. Of course, we found out about him being abused, and Mama pretends to be shocked. We all acting like we so upset about that, and we are able to do the Uno reverse, okay, and get over on Monica, making her feel like, yeah, girl, you said you was the only one that could help Ozzy and could do for Ozzy, so now we need you to step up and we need to do what you saying that you was gonna do. And she get her ass up here just swearing down, baby, okay, that she was about to be, yeah, I'm not one. I'm not, I could do it, honey. That's what I've always been doing his whole life, only for, Jax to expose her on the stand. And I really wanted Mama to drop kick this bitch while she was on the stand. I was saying the whole time, like, why Mama still haven't whipped her ass? And we go down to this, parking lot following Ozzy and saying, you can't leave me. And Jax tell her to get the hell up out of here, right? Because she called herself reading Jax down and saying, you always wanted to have this big case. I could see that you was bored and you was happy and you're no different than me. No, ma'am, I'm very different than you, because I'm not a whole damn child freaking molester. So what are we talking about here? Like, we are not the same, right? And so, of course, she was still mad and in her feelings. So then we found out that Mama had pretty much turned away from Ozzy from a long time ago. He had a dog that the vet let them know, had been poisoned, and like what the amount that it was, this was not no mistake. And he's like, anybody that does this, could possibly do it to a human, and you may want to go ahead and have them see a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor, and all of the above. And she gets like she's offended, but at the same time, apparently this tore a hole in her and Ozzy's relationship. She really did think he did it, and it was to the point where he felt like it doesn't matter whether I did or didn't do it when everybody believes that I did it, only to find out that Christian ass actually did it, because she felt like Ozzy didn't love her, and like the parents was giving Ozzy all the attention. He's the star, he's the breadwinner, nobody pays attention to me. So you took out a whole damn dog, girl. Oh, okay. So at this point, we really looking at her like, cause she had possibly, took out Wendy too, and we pretty much feeling like it's more than one person. So Ozzy goes through everything. He gets on the stand and testifies, even though Bill was kind of against it in the beginning, but he actually does really good. It comes to his benefit for him to get up there, because we're able to prove that Ozzy don't know passwords. Okay. Ozzy don't know his freaking feet from his damn head. Okay. Ozzy don't know no damn directions. He don't know where no stores is. He over here talking about the freaking rope store. And it's funny because a couple of weeks back when we was on live, me joking, I'm saying Ozzy was too dumb to do this, and that's basically the breakdown that Jax gave them. She just did it more eloquently, but she was like, he don't know how to do all these things, but you're telling me he became a mastermind to take Wendy out, and it actually works. They win the case. He gets off not guilty. So we all over here, celebrate good times. Come on. And Daniel actually finds Christian, she done left the damn Gia John letter, and she out here in the woods with the hammer, and he's like, what did you do? And she give him this story, but it was like the story wasn't damn adding up. I was like, wait a minute. So she just gives him this story and then gets to leave to go to celebrate with Ozzy, and we ain't gonna say nothing else. Like, what was the rest of the story, right? It wasn't adding up. So nonetheless, Jax at first when he brings it up, she's like, no, let Ozzy enjoy the weekend, let him enjoy himself, let him do what he gotta do, and we'll work all this out later, right? And um she invites Ozzy to come to her house for dinner, but he was like, he's supposed to be having this celebration at the house with all his people. And him and his mom do have this coming to Jesus moment supposed to be right where she actually finds this letter. I said, girl, you ain't seen that letter all before, right? Like this drawing where he's saying old dog to, the dog that done got taken out by Christian and how much he love him and he miss him. And he has his own little, picture there where he's thinking back and reflecting on it. So she does come and apologize as if she's having this aha moment and she realizes that he didn't do that because, mind you, she had done called up Jax like, oh, I think my son is guilty. It's like, okay, bitch, and what you want me to do with that? So, we also have Jax after, her sister want to come and confront her and so-called tell the truth, but it was really giving me, listen, both of us are scheming and scamming. I'm jealous and mad that my dad took so long to get the freaking money from you. It seemed like he's over here having a good time with you and your mother, and I want to break that up. I want to blow up the damn spot or whatever. I want to get you to have some type of sympathy for me and think that I really am your sister and I really am coming to be there. That's what it gave me, right? And then by the time Eddie is trying to defend himself and say, no, she's a liar and I really do love you and I really do want to be with you and whoopty whoopty woo, Jackson's pretty much like, yeah, I ain't got it to do. Okay. I cannot deal with you right now and I can't deal with her right now. And she has him meet her in front of this funeral home where she's like, this is pretty much where I always thought I was going to see you next. Okay. So Ozzy is celebrating, he's partying or whatever, enjoying himself with his friends. They offering him some stuff and he like, yeah, nah, I'm good. And they like, take it with you. And he does end up showing up to Jack's house, right? And she's like, oh wow, you came. He sits down, he having dinner with her and the kids. They having great conversation. He's telling the kids how lucky they are to have the parents that they have. It may not be perfect. We getting up taking selfies and all of that. And then as soon as the kids leave with Mama Lou, Jax tells him like, well, boy, we gonna go ahead and commit you, right? We gonna do what your parents never did. I'm gonna step up because I care about you. I love you. And he essentially tells Jax like, I love you too, but I'm so mad at you right now. And of course it all comes together and we realize Ozzy is gonna be the one that she gonna be screaming about in the room, right? So she tells him to go in the room and relax herself for a minute. They supposed to be coming about another 10, 15 minutes. By the time they come and she go knocking at the door, Ozzy is not responsive, bitch. Next thing you know, we at his damn funeral. And he left a list of things that, he was wanting to do. And we have his raggedy ass mama still out here doing damn interviews. Got the nerve to come up to Jax talking about you lucky, bitch. Lucky about what? Like your son is dead. What are we talking about here, right? Christian, she's over here going through the motions. Jax realizes that she still don't know the full truth. And of course, we rewind, okay, go back in time and we do this whole setup with Daddy. We find out that Wendy came over to Daddy making threats. She said she was sick of all of their bullshit. She was gonna expose them. She done spit in damn Daddy face. Daddy done slap fire out of her. She fell into a table, and we then proceed to take her out to this cabin in the damn woods, tie her to a freaking chair. Like, what did y'all think y'all was gonna do? Christian goes along with all of this, and Ozzy really did have Alex drive him out there. He hides the damn sky, okay, hides the damn giraffe's freaking neck, and he see Wendy in the chair. He trying to get her out of there, but then his ass end up passing out on the couch. While they busy with Ozzy, Wendy gets loose and runs out to the woods, only for Daddy to find her and end up smothering her ass to death, okay, because she was still trying to talk shit and still saying that she was going to expose them. So it was Daddy all along, and we got it recorded, and your ass is going to jail. And like I said, I feel like Mama should have went behind too. Christian over here asking Daniel, you think you ever gonna see me again? He was like, yeah, no, I doubt it. Okay, bye, bitch. And I was so happy because I was so like worried about damn Daniel. So Jax leaves this damn firm, right? Because Corey had also let her know what they said to him the last time around, and so they left with bad taste in his mouth. That's why he wasn't coming around no more. The truth of what Bill done came out, and Bill did finally step up, but I feel like he waited too long, just like Lewis did. Lewis waited to literally the ninth damn hour to get rid of, Sam at the damn office who was doing no damn work at all. And Bill waited to the last hour to step up. So by Bill, like, no, you should have been said something. It's like you want a cookie. So Jax packs up her box, she gets out of there. We see her open up this new firm, right? We see that her friend done had the damn baby. We celebrating that. And then for whatever damn reason, we see an update on Bill and Sally where she's telling him, step up for black women. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to try to be that man. And I'm like, why? Why did we need the update of them? Like, we could have maybe had, of course, he did get the partner and he was looking when Jax was moving out of there with her damn box. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever happened, is his divorce final? Is he still going over here to check on his damn kids, or is it just about him being a partner? Where's Sally's damn kids at? Okay, did Chris win and the kids is with him? Like, we didn't need to see Sally and Bill. I'm just saying, okay? For me, I didn't need it, right? And then we see Lewis helping, Jax, of course, into this office, and all of a sudden we see some damn feet walking in, and I'm like, who's this bitch? Because if it's one thing Reasonable Doubt gonna do is leave you with a cliffhanger. And we seeing Monica standing here holding the damn hammer, and I said, I know you freaking lying. And Jax talking about, no, it looks like Lewis is trying to step in front of her, and then we hear a pow. Baby, when I tell you that it better be Lewis, it better be you that stepped up in front of damn Jax. That's what it better be. You hear me? And mama, you made me pissed off all over again, because your raggedy ass, had you did what you was supposed to do and paid somebody to take care of damn Monica, then she wouldn't have been able to be over here in Jack's face either. I'm sick of y'all. Okay? So again, throw the whole damn family away. Throw all of them in the trash. Wipe out the damn bloodline, like I said about the Tejadas, bitch. Okay? Wipe them out. Put them underneath the damn jail. Okay? But anyway, y'all, that's what I got on Reasonable Doubt. Tell me what y'all thought about this season. Tell me what y'all looking forward to in season 4. And anything I didn't talk about, put that in the comments. We could discuss it down there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Till next time, y'all. Toodaloo. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Den.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Power to the people, okay? Feeling like I'm about to come out and box, because they trifling, okay? All these people need to be in the damn trash, all right? Throw the Tejadas away. As a matter of fact, wipe the damn bloodline out, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you spend a Saturday.
Honey, when I tell